like that. Oh, yeah. Right on, huh? Nice. Yeah. Keep going. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Oh, I'm so excited. As you know, it's National Women's History Month, huh? And what am I doing to celebrate it? I'm buying every woman in my life a new ironing board.
A sexist would say.
I think at this point we could lose that. Anyway, just last week we saw Hershey's putting a transgender woman on their chocolate bars to celebrate this magical month. Yeah, sorry, Susan B. Anthony, your face doesn't want to make people eat. But putting a transgender activist on a chocolate bar, that's got to score a few woke points. Even if the candy bar should have been this one. But it's one of my classic favorite candy bars. Why am I bringing this up? That's a good question. Well, it's another example of a huge corporation signaling to all that they're woke, which is the same as saying, hey, please ignore our sweatshops, slave labor, and unhealthy products. If we call you the right pronouns, you might not mind the diabetes we gave your parents and the fat asses we gave your kids. But this is the nature of corporate America. However, it could be changing. A study from business.com. Do we have to still say .com? It claims that job seekers with non-binary gender pronouns on their resumes are less likely to be contacted, which is interesting. But why are we telling them this? They already bitch and moan about enough stuff. And if they keep the pronouns on their resume, it's a perfect red flag for companies to steer clear of these idiots. But maybe it's a good sign. Maybe companies have learned that the hysterical obsession with identity can harm your company pretty bad. I mean, look at Disney. It's so bad, Peter Pan started identifying as Tinkerbell. Now she's out of work running drugs for the Pirates of the Caribbean. Turning tricks for Goofy. You didn't know he was a pimp, did you? So apparently they sent out 2 fake resumes. One that included pronouns, they, them, under the person's name, and one that didn't. They used a gender-ambiguous name, Taylor Williams, which was also my stage name when I used to dance at the Bent Carrot. Back when that was cool. Now they got drugs for it. Turns out, those with the pronouns got 8% less interest than the one without, and fewer interview requests, too. The lesson? It's always best to go the Brian Kilmeade route. Wait to disappoint people after you're hired. So it appears some companies saw they/them and thought this person might be an A/hole. They do the same thing with resumes that say Keith Olbermann. And follow-up interviews with hiring managers confirmed it. Here's some of the quotes. Take off the pronouns. I would trash the resume for that reason alone. I'm not interested in the drama that a person who thinks they are a they/them brings with them. That's a great point. Personal pronouns are better reserved for social settings, not in a job setting. So it makes sense. A resume should just be the list of the jobs you've been fired from and lies about your charity work. For years, I claimed I rescued baby Jessica from a well, when in fact I was the one who put her there. But there's a serious reason not to hire the woke. A new study from Baylor University explains how woke employees terrorize their bosses into following their silly religion. It turns out that power-hungry middle management in places like HR or marketing, they guarantee themselves a job by creating woke initiatives that no one can comprehend and therefore criticize. It's brilliant. How dare you fire me? I'm the company's only non-binary person of color who helped launch Be Kind to Gay Orphans Day. Fire me and that's homophobia. And since wokeism has its own made-up language, those who can wield it can appear more capable than those who don't. As the Wall Street Journal explains, the diversity, equity, and inclusion jargon alone make such initiatives difficult for outsiders, including top managers, to understand and thus to challenge. The result? These middle managers play a huge role in spreading this left-wing ideology to corporate culture. Researchers even concluded there's actually little evidence of systematic support for their but execs greenlight them anyway out of fear that their younger subordinates or outside consultants will rat them out. Meaning it's a grift. You know it, I know it, everyone knows it, yet it still goes on because of cowardice. So the next time a resume with a litany of pronouns lands on your desk, hire them if they're the best qualified. That's what companies should have been doing all along. But let's keep the activism where it belongs, in Larry Kudlow's hot tub. Let's welcome tonight's guest. He's behind more plots than the FBI. TV writer and producer Rob Long. This guest is so perky she doesn't own a coffee pot. Republican strategist Erin Perini. He's so rich, Scrooge McDuck sends him hate mail. Host of Making Money on Fox Business, Charles Payne. And finally, she's like that South Pole, always cold and often seen covered with penguins. Fox News contributor Kat Timm. Charles, I got to go to you first because you're the business dude. What about this idea of like creating kind of a fiefdom within a company using this rhetoric? I've seen this happen, and you can't let those people go because they only know the secret words. Yeah. And then if you get in trouble, they're the ones that are going to get you out of it. So in a weird, it's like these woke consultants create the problem so that they can offer the solution. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, and it's blown up from a cottage industry into a real force in the corporate America. And watching companies try to deal with this is absolutely amazing. But I was looking at the actual poll itself, and 59% said that having this non-binary thing would hurt your chances somewhat of getting a job. The other part, though, 1% said it would be very helpful. So I'm like, what gigs are they going for? I hate to say it, but what job is like, I hope I get one of these resumes today. I do have advice, though, for millennials living at home with mom and dad who don't want to go to work, but you're getting a lot of pressure from your parents. Send out your resume and put they, them, Tyrone Jones. You can honestly tell mom and dad, I'm trying. I've been sending out the resume all day long.
It's true, though. Professor Long, it's good to see you.
It's always good to be back.
Yeah. I know it was kind of a court-ordered sabbatical.
Well, I wouldn't, we agreed.
Yeah. And those theater majors, they tend to accuse people of a lot of things.
Let me tell you something about theater majors. They lie, and they are convincing.
So the thing is, they, them pronouns could work for some jobs, for example, at Disney. But if you're going to be hired in construction, this is not going to work. So why would you do this? And 9% may not sound like a lot, but every little bit helps when you're looking for a job.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think that person said it best. Like, why are you looking for trouble? Like, you're looking for the person who's not going to give you trouble. But, I mean, honestly, the problem with all the pronouns is that each person has their own set. Like, you're not even sure that they're consolidating, unifying under one alternate set of pronouns. Like, well, I'm they, them, but I'm also zer.
Yeah.
Well, we're not using pronouns anymore.
Yeah.
You're going to use your first name. It's going to be no pronouns are ever allowed. I suspect the problem here is that, like, HR, that we know the phrase HR.
Yes.
Like 20 years ago.
Was personnel.
Nobody said.
It was one little old lady with glasses that had the little thing that went around her head.
Yeah.
Right? And she knew what vacation days, and they were always less than what you thought you had.
Well,
you'd go like, oh, I'm taking. She goes, now it says here, Greg, that you only have 2 days left. That was when you could only have like 4 days.
I never had that problem. I was always in management, so I don't really have that issue. But yeah, so now, like, I have a friend who ran one of the largest companies in the world.
Right.
And
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yes. And I said to him, how much of your day was spent doing human resources? Like, a big company, lots of stuff going on. He's at least 70%. 70% of his job as the president of the company was HR stuff. He said he'd walk in the office in the morning, and if the president or the vice president, executive vice president of HR was waiting for him, he knew it was going to be a really bad week.
Yeah.
And that is like, that's going to take a toll.
That's Aaron, that would keep me from starting any business, this kind of stuff. Because if you look at it from afar, it is as though this is a completely created artificial thing that we never had a discussion about whether we were going to accept. All of a sudden, Jordan Peterson pointed this out 5 years ago, maybe, about the pronoun things. They're going to compulsory speech, being forced to use this stuff. And if you don't use it, you're in trouble. So that's an artificial creation then placed upon us in the workplace, and nobody has the guts to say, no thanks? I don't get it. What do you see in this?
Well, it's a fear of cancel culture, right? You don't want to be the business that has to deal with the crisis comms moment that comes because you insulted someone over their chosen pronouns. At the end of the day, work matters. If you're hired to do a job, you should be able to do it. It's about being the most talented individual, the one that's a right fit, and you shouldn't be bringing your personal life and your politics into your job, right? Separate church and state, separate yourself from your job. I try to bring as little of my personal self into my work so when I go home, I can maintain the balance between work and life. The more you bring of yourself personally into the job, the more you're going to get yourself in trouble. Create a line there. There's no reason you should cross the two.
Oh, that is very hard for me. Because if I didn't bring my personal life to work, I'd have nothing to talk about. I mean, I don't even read the stories on the 5. I'll just talk about something that happened.
I think everybody would be happier if you left your personal self at home. I'm just speaking for some of the employees here who often think to themselves, if only Greg could just not come in as Greg and just come in as maybe somebody who cares about other people.
I'm going to identify as you're fired. Kat, what about conversely, I think you should be able to use these pronouns if it helps you, right? Like let's say you really want this job and you're not really that way. You're not really that way. You should be able to lie if you know it helps. Just like you do on any resume, when you lie about all sorts of crap.
I've been thinking about it.
Yeah?
For me.
What would be your...
I'm a she, her, 1,000%. Like, I'm a girl. Excuse me, I'm a woman. And what if I did start going by they, them? Mm-hmm. It could be worth it just to see how you handle it.
Yeah.
Every day, but I'd have to convince everybody that I was totally serious, just to watch you squirm and be uncomfortable and nervous and terrified. That to me sounds fun.
Yes, to make people feel awkward.
Yeah, but I guess there should, honestly, if somebody's like, okay, I'm a they, them, and then I'll try to call you that, and you have to understand sometimes people might mess it up and be understanding. I think there's a huge difference between that and the people who love it as an opportunity for power and control. It's one thing to want acceptance, and I'm all for that. It's another thing to be like, okay, I can't wait until you up until I can say that you did to show that I'm better than you.
You know what that is? What you've identified is the reason why the woke is so dangerous. What is power? It's being able to tell somebody they're wrong without the forgiveness.
Yeah.
It's like if you screw up in the woke environment, there is no forgiveness.
Yeah, and if you try to argue back, that's just more evidence that you're right in thinking that that person's disrespectful. It's bad for communication. It's bad for people connecting with each other. And it's actually, if you claim to want acceptance between people and people to get along, that's the last attitude that you should think is good.
Also, it kind of feels like, and I know I'm going to get in trouble for this, it's a little bit like people who say they're vegan. It's like, are you really vegan, or are you just trying to be a pain in the ass?
Right, yeah.
Like secretly they go and they're just eating the cheeseburgers and like, I made everybody uncomfortable. And I kind of sometimes get that vibe from the they, thems.
I say I'm a vegan when I order a burger, and then I just claim that I'm eating around the meat.
Well, you're famous for that.
Apparently you did see my movies from the 90s.
Yeah.
You know what I identify as she, it. Can't bleep that. She, it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.